Sports Tidbits coming back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about John Olerud, one of the best college baseball players ever that went on to have a solid major league career. Let's jump into it. But first, can you please Mike Tyson the like and subscribe button? First, let's start off with John Olerud. One, I found out doing some research for this video, something I didn't know. His dad, John E. Olerud, who went on to be a dermatologist, actually played minor league baseball. He went to Washington State University and was an All-American catcher, and he made it all the way to AAA playing for the Tulsa Oilers back in the 1970 season. But now let's go back to John Olerud Jr. As a freshman in college in 1987 at Washington State University, he hit .414 with 5 home runs and 20 RBIs. And as a pitcher, he went 8-2 with a 3 ERA. And in 1988, Olerud, as a sophomore in college, hit .464 with 23 home runs, 81 RBIs, 108 hits, 204 total bases, 876 slugging percentage. And as a pitcher, he was 15-0 and had a 2.49 ERA with 113 strikeouts. He was a consensus All-American as a first baseman and pitcher and was named the Baseball America College Player of the Year. And it was in between the 1988 and 89 season is where things really changed up. Prior to his year 1989, Olerud was running indoors on campus, and on January 11th, 1989, he collapsed, hospitalized in Pullman, and was airlifted to Spokane later in the day, and he was accompanied by his father. And so he ended up having some brain surgery and underwent surgery late in February. In 1989 onward, he always wore that batting helmet while on defense. And that was what he was kind of almost his trademark in the MLB, was that he always wore that batting helmet while playing first base. And he came back and still played the 1989 season. He did good, batted .359 with 5 home runs, 30 RBIs, went 3-2 with a 6.68 ERA, but he was never quite the same player. And he was drafted in the 3rd round by the 1989 draft by the Toronto Blue Jays. And he went and played some summer ball up in the Alaska League. And he told teams prior to the draft that a very large bonus would be necessary for him to forego his senior year at Washington State. Olerud is one of the few players that went directly to the major leagues and didn't play in the minor leagues. Part of him skipping his senior year and agreeing to the Blue Jays was that they promised he'd go directly to Toronto. So he did play a few games in the 1989 season. And he went on and made a couple all-star teams, got some gold gloves, batting leader in 1993, ended up with 2,239 hits, 500 doubles, 255 home runs, 1,200 RBIs, batted .295. He had a career on-base percentage of .398. And so when you go here to his best year, 1993, let's just dive into that because it was a magical season. He was playing with Toronto, and he carried batting .400 into August. On August 2nd, he was still batting .400, and he was still batting .391 127 games into the season. And then he did end up finishing at .363, so that last month of the season, he went down a little bit, but still an amazing season. And to carry .400 that deep into the season, and what could have happened if John Olerud would never had that brain aneurysm? It's interesting to think about. Could he have been the Ohtani of back then, 90s, early 2000s? Could he have been that version of Ohtani, being a pitching and hitting? Well, he was on pace to do something amazing with his career, and he still had an amazing career, a way above average major league career, but it seems like he could have really been something special if he would have never had any health concerns, because look what he did post-health issues. So John Olerud played for the Blue Jays, the Mets, Seattle, New York, and Boston, and he still batted .289, and, he had a little bit of pop. He had some years hitting 22, 24 home runs, and so he could have probably kept playing into his 40s, but he decided to hang up the cleats, and he had a remarkable career, and it could have potentially been better. So let me know what you think about John Olerud and his career. And where do you think he stacks up all time for college players? And where do you think he could have been if he'd have never had any injuries? Thanks for watching and have a good day.